Hey everybody, I'm going to get this project here finished. I'm going to go ahead and put a nice little skeleton frame around this and put some brush guards on, but first we got to get it taken off. So let me get this taken off, put it on a table, and get started. So one of the first problems I see myself having here is I've got this winch really close to this front plate here, to the point that if I tried to put a nice bracing in here, that it's going to end up hitting that post. That's a negative post. I mean, it's not like it really matters that much, but I've got enough room back here on the back that what I think I'm gonna do is try and just scoot it back a bit on the plate. I'm not really using this thing. This is just for looks. But yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do to just kind of scoot it back, you know, maybe cut out a little channel for the bolt to go in so it'll slide back and forth. That way I can go ahead and put this thing in here and then be able to slide it forward as much as I can without interfering with that post. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the winch off of here, get the fair lead off, and you know what? I might do something crazy. I might just go ahead and take this whole front piece off, maybe even try and take that center piece out that's in there. Maybe you can see it. Yeah, that center piece right there. Because what I was thinking when I was talking about scooting it back was, one of these bolts is welded up in here, or the nut is welded up in on the other side because it's encapsulated behind this panel. So I might break those tacks in here, and yeah, I'm gonna break those tacks, see what I can do to pull that plate off, pull this front piece off. I'm gonna somewhat deconstruct it and build it a little bit better, and then we'll go ahead and start framing out the outside edges and little brush guard pieces. Yeah, I forgot that some kind of a genius decided to not only not even spot weld. That's a weld right there almost. But on the outside and on the inside of here is spot welded, tack welded, whatever you're gonna call it. So I think what I'm gonna do, rather than try and scoot it back, because I don't want to scoot it back any further. I think I'm gonna try my hand at just cutting out a big rectangle right here, so there's plenty of room to get a wrench in from the back side should I ever need to get this thing off and take that winch off. That should be fun. Well, I had to break out the Sawzall part of it, and it ain't pretty, but I don't think anybody's ever gonna see it as it's rolling down the road. So with that front cover on there, nice little cutout there so I can easily reach that bolt that's down there, the nut. Yeah, so let me go ahead and put this whole thing back together and then start working on the frame, which is the point of what I was trying to do today. Okay, got all these welds cleaned up and put it all back together, and I'm gonna go ahead, crack out the welder, get this thing tacked back together, start fabbing it out for the top rails, or the fabbing out the skeleton for around, and the whatchamacallits, those little brush guard pieces to hang off the side to protect the bumper. Okay, hopefully you can see this well enough. So I went ahead and cut a few pieces at some very odd angles. I got a 45 here and a 23.5-ish right here. And the plan is to weld this down here in the corner, bring that up there, and then mate that up right there. So there's just a little bit of an overlap, and I might have to take that down just a little bit shorter. I wasn't sure exactly how long to make that, because then the next piece, I'm trying to decide if I'm just gonna put it way up here on top, or if I'll go ahead and, you know, sink that down just a little bit also. That's probably what I'll end up doing. So I'll probably just take about a ½ inch or so of that off just to bring that up. So it gives it a nice little outline of the, what is this, 1 1/4 square tube? Just about like that. All right, I'm gonna keep on going. I'm gonna go ahead and weld these together and see which one looks better right and left. Then that way I can get measurements for how long this needs to be and go ahead and chop these down just a little bit. Okay, so apparently I had a microphone accidentally plugged in and turned off, or it wasn't turned off, it had died. So I've wasted a lot of time and effort on this project to effectively try and make one of these 45 cuts. You're not gonna see that video just because there's no audio for it apparently. So I was trying to do a double 45 so that when it went on here, it would make this cool little angle. That's just not gonna be for this project. Not right now anyway. I'm gonna keep practicing on these and stop boogering up my angles, and oh yeah, that was just horrible right there. So I'm gonna keep working on this. And for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off this right here, do some 45s, make like little bull bars, put some lights on it, and call it good for now. I now have some of my prettiest welds ever on this bar here, and went ahead and ground down, we'll call it the ugliest welds on the bar, basically. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that ground down side flush and smooth right here. Go ahead and give it a couple of solid squeezes on the edges, and go ahead and tack this thing in place and go ahead and weld it on and up around. That's how it's gonna sit for now. I am gonna go ahead and get the 245s and the short bull bar, and eventually later on we'll stick something on the top here to go up and around for some additional brush guard protection. Until then, this is how it's gonna sit with a little bit extra. So here we have the finished welded up product. Might have to clean up a few more of those welds just a little bit more. Last night I learned a hard lesson in make sure you're wearing something non-flammable whenever you're welding, otherwise you will get a nice little sunburn. Oh yeah. Got my non-flammable, I hope, old DCU top. I think there was one more weld I gotta do up here on each side, and then I'm gonna throw the winch back on here and let you guys see a shot of that here in a sec. Oh, I tell you what, that is a tight fit. I'm not sure if you can really see that, but you can fit about, oh, I don't know, maybe 5 sheets of paper in there. Yep. All right, so glad that I thought to kind of measure that at least a little bit when it was still on the cart. So, yep, getting this put together. All right, let's see how this fits in here. Oh, I like that fit. Let me get you off the tripod. So as you can see, there is not much room in between here, only about as much as it takes to stick your hand in. That is, again, a very tight fit down there where that nut is. Go ahead and get it all wired up. And see your next video, well, not the next video. The next video is going to be installing a trailer hitch receiver tube. The next one on the bumper, I think I'm just going to put a little bull bar right here, just something that I can put a light right up here. Oh, there we go, up here. Just, you know, a thin 6-inch light here. So the next video I got coming is going to be for this receiver tube. Just picked it up at Harbor Freight this morning. Gonna go ahead and come up under here and build some brackets and a little bar to go across here, and then the receiver tube will hang right about here, I hope. We'll see. So stick around for that one. All right, strength test. Yep, that should work.